Just a basic video on cancel placing. So I'll just start off with what you know. Here's an object. It has a script with a save location, and I've placed it there, so that's where it says it's saved. So I can pick it up with the left click, and I can put it down with the left click. Now I can pick it up, attempt to put it over here, but press the right click, which aborts the movement. I don't want to do it anymore, but there's a fourth one. Pick it up, and instead of pressing left click, I just select another placeable item from my inventory, 1. So now this item is basically been dropped here. That's what they call cancelling. But on the script, on this block, the save location is here, but it's physically here. So I can put another item on top, like this little guy, but that is sat on that according to the script. So if I pick it up and put it back down, it snaps back. But whatever I place on top of it, well, that thought the block was there, the game thought the block was there, so that's what happens. So that's the basics of cancel placement. Now here's something slightly different with the cancelling. I have this, which is on the corner of the plot. I call this a cancel push. I don't know what else to call it. So I can pick up this pillar, put it really close, and then cancel it. And then if I alt select and put down, it pushes the item as far away as from there to there. So a practical example for using the cancel push method, I want to get all these floors around my pond here. Now I can see that it's 6 long, and they take up 2, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of these squares. So if I'll do it from here. So if I pick up my pillar and say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'll put you there. Let's get it so it snaps into the corner properly. Now when I pick up this and cancel place it, just take it off grid a little bit and cancel place it. Now if I group select and pick up and put down, I've got this nice little area. This works slightly different. It's the cancel pull method. That's what I call it. It's on the corner again. I cancel place you over here. Now I can put this pillar right next to it. Alt select and pull it back, and it pulls it off the plot. It works slightly differently. I want these stone floors to surround my my house, but I can't place them. It doesn't like it. So I'm going to use the cancel pull method. Now I want to pull it 4 of these squares. So if I group select the whole floor and just cancel place it anywhere really. It'd be nice to get it in the grid though, so I can see what I'm doing. There. So I've cancel placed it. And I can pull this hit to here. Now if I pull it 4 squares, 2, 4. There was a little bit, wasn't there? And then drop it. It snaps it in. So that's how that can be used. Okay, so I can float items. I'll put a plate on here. I'll pick the plate up and put it higher and cancel place it. I can put a little plushie on top of the plate and then reset this by picking it up and putting it down. Should bring the plate back. The plushie's attached to the plate, so we have a little floating plushie. You can decide in advance where you want your floating plushies to be, and even where the plate is going to be. So I've put these plushies on some scaffold just to get them at the height and where I want them. This one's collecting nectar from the hydrangea, and this one's going into his nest. So what I want to do is I want to have my plate there, so I can just cover it with one of the plants and keep it hidden. So I'll get a fresh plate and I'll just put it on the edge of this plate. You can just about do it. So I'll put it there. Now I'm going to pick this up and cancel place you on here. Just going to move you out of the way for a second. I'm going to pick this up and cancel place it where he was again, and then I'm going to put you on the plate like so. Now if I pick up this anchor and pick it up and put it down again, it snaps the plate back, so that means I can now remove all this, and he is where I want him to be, like that. So I can cover the ugly plate now, and there he is. He's happy. So let's just do the other one. Now I can use the same plate or a different plate, but I'll use the same plate. So if I just get my little steps out, and I'm going to pick this guy up. So I'll pick up my plate again. Cancel place it. Put my bee back on the plate. He's going back into his nest. So I'll place that down on the plate. And then I can reset the anchor. And now I have both of them where I want them to be. I can remove the scaffold. And there we go. I've got the plate where I want it to be, and I've got my plushies floating where I want them to be. So that's a practical example of using the floating. So we have flicking, which is how I got this frog on the chair. It shouldn't usually fit. If I try and place him, but it doesn't really like it. It just doesn't have it. But if I've put something on that does, well, if I pick him up actually, he's in slot 3. Well, this little one, he can sit on there kind of, but it says something in the way. So if I have to click to place him, and then press 3, which has got the big frog in, at the same time. I basically spam the click and the 3, and then it will go there. So that's flicking. You can put something when it says something in the way, but that works for wall items as well. So if I put him here, I've got a lamp in number 2. So if I click and press 2, it's attached to the lamp there. What use that is, I think it could have some uses. No, I'll put one either side, it would look really good. So that's the basics of flicking. You can stack items. So I put a plate on here, Alt select them on the plate, and I can put him on top there. And I can get my plate, put it on something else. Alt select the plate, and I'll do the last one, but I can't be bothered. But you get the idea. You can merge items. I have a doormat on top of a pillar, so I put you on here. Alt select. You can merge these items really easily. You know, make your own designs, but it gets better. I can put it in here, and I've made a little hole here, so you can sort of sneak it in, get it about right. That looks good. And you've got your own little hot tub area. You could have by a swimming pool. That would look nice. This trick is really cool. So I can put it on the bed here. I'll use a bit of cancel placement. Well, this one's a bit more fancy. So if I put these blocks in here, I've made this sort of layout here for this bed to sit in. So I'm going to put these blocks inside quickly, and then I'll pick them up again, and I'll cancel place, and then I've got these 2 floors here, so I'm just going to pop them inside. There you go, because I've figured out the level. And now I'm going to merge this bed in and get it somewhere. How did I have it? Yeah, something like that. So that bed's now in there. So if I Alt select the whole thing and reset it, pick it up and put it down, that puts the blocks back in. I can put a couple of these on here. And I've got a little sunbathing area me and my friend can sit in if I had any. Please come and lie with me. It's a lonely life. But yeah, that's merging, so it's quite useful. Okay, now I have the red present trick. The red present is special. The top of it is a floor. It acts as a floor. So any floor items or anything that you can only put on the floor can go on a red present. So like houses, the terraces, and sorts of platforms and things like that. It is annoying to do. You have to double jump to open your glider and then press Y and H at the same time. So it takes a few attempts, but make sure your cursor is over the top of the present so that when you land, that's where you'll be aiming. Now this might take me a few attempts. So you'll see the top down menu is open now, except, well, it's not top down. So I can now pick this and it goes yellow. I've selected my left click as a controlled as V, so I'll press V instead of left clicking so I don't move. And now that is placed. So I can exit out of here. and now I can just manipulate it how I want. So if I put a shelf on here and I can pick up the present, and I can now put this on a shelf and, you know, manipulate it and just do weird stuff with it basically. You know, so it's all, it gives you options to do what you want with your plot. But yeah, that's the basics of it. Okay, so we have this floating house that's not attached to anything, not red present or nothing. This one's really, really simple. So what I want to do is I'll just start from the beginning. Go into the top down menu. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so let's just place a house. I'm going to place another one next to it, and then place one on top of the original one, and then just move this one back, press Alt and group select, and it's got that one and the one on top. So I have a floating house there like that. So now simply I can just put these back in my inventory, and there we go. Simple as that. So we have the socket glitch using the builder stairs and the Umbran platforms. I'll show you. So I'll place one on top, put a platform on top like that. Now if you pick it up, you can see that these sockets are still available, and if you try to place them, it snaps back to the floor. But if you pick them up and get it in position and open your plushie for cancel placing, it stays there, but it will reset to the floor if you reload your plot. So I can try it again to go even higher, cancel place again. So if I now put a fresh Umbran platform onto this socket up here, and I can pick this up and put it on the floor, that platform is still in the air. So you can do that many times and get that platform quite nice where you want it. And but you do have to put up with this one on the floor, or just use the stairs. It's up to you. But that's a little trick you could do. Let's get a sideways rock on a plate like that. Can make a cave with loads of them. So I'm going to put a block on the shelf, turn it, put another block on, and then cancel place this onto the other shelf. I'm going to flick a rock onto this, and onto the side of that one, and then reset this. Rock on a box. Try and get the flat side in, and then I bang a plate on here and lift it up. And you want to cancel place it back down. Pull this forward a little bit as well. Give yourself some room, and cancel place it. Put your box on the plate and reset this. And then you should have a rock on a plate. Hey, how's that? This is how to put a fence anywhere. Thank you, Toxic Builder. This is from you. Group select this. Put you on there. Group select the fence. Put it on the fence. This isn't needed anymore. Now I can alt select you and put it somewhere that it shouldn't really be able to go, like on there. And now I can get rid of this, and we have the start of a fence on there, and then we could just build it normally. Brilliant. Thank you, Toxic Builder. You can get these fences to sort of go in a circular way, because usually you're restricted to left and right and forwards and backwards. The same with the Emberborn fencing. But if you make a short section and grab some of this edging and stick it quite close by, you can then group select them, and now you can have normal rotation, which gives you a lot more options, which is how I made this sort of circular fence, and this one too. So yeah, I hope that helps. How to walk around upside down on your head. Not really much explanation needed. You can build that and turn it upside down, and then you just use it and exit, and that's it. You're on your head. Happy days. "62 Papa 3 showed me this on YouTube. It's how to get the spotlights on the ground looking up. So we have this sort of setup. We simply turn this upside down, bury it, place it, and then I want to pick this up, pull it back a little bit, cancel place that, get this floor, and somehow get it on top. It's not very nice, it doesn't like it. There we go. And now I've got to somehow as well pick up this wooden paver. I feel like there could be a better way. Nope. I saw it then for a second. Oh, there we go. Can just about get it. Wooden paver. So I pick that up, place it down, and I have these on the floor facing up, which would last along the building. Okay, let's make a lovely flower ceiling if we can. So I'm going to put a plate on here. I'm going to turn this shelf upside down. I'm going to go up to where this edge is here, there, and then go 2 above. 1, 2. And then I'm going to turn it around so it's facing the right way and take it as low as I can. There. And I'm going to cancel place that. And then I'm going to make some wooden floors. Now trust me, you want to do it exactly like this. So if you do it from the side, you'll have problems. So 1, because this is sticking them to the floor and not to the other floor next to it. That's important. So I'll do about 4. I'm going to stick a post on there. Now when I group select these, you want this one. If they're all attached together, you'll be holding the very left one, and that won't work. So you want to put these on to this plate like there. There we go. And then take this first one off. You can take these off now because I put them in reverse. And now you want to snap this. Well, I'll put some flowers on there and put another floor on so it looks a bit better, and you'll see what's going on. So we'd put some flowers on here. I think I've got some here. So let's just dot a few around. You're obviously going to make it a lot nicer than this, but just showing you. And then I'm going to pick up this and put it back down to reset the shelf up to the top. Now, if I can grab this plate, you'll see that they're upside down. So then I can just simply put this plate on the floor, and it's close to the ceiling, and then you've got upside down flowers. Now, I've just laid these 4 out. You could have attached, you know, another 2 layers either side, maybe 1 there, or 2 if you're lucky to squeeze in. You can have a whole ceiling of these flowers. Yeah, so enjoy. I have these floating platforms that go up that everyone seems to enjoy. So let me show you how I made these, that you can just keep bouncing up. On my other plot, I kept these going. I had a whole area with gazebos on and trees, and you know, just like it was cool. So I'm going to show you how I make that. Okay, so I have this set up. I just put 6 crates with a pillar on top, and I just marked out 4 floors away, and then simply put a stone block there. Now you're going to need a large yard work terrace and a small yard work terrace with a pillar on top. Now I can just put a plate on here, my trusty plate, pick it up, and I'm going to cancel place it up here on top of this pillar. So I'll cancel place you there, and then I am going to group select the pillar which enables me to place it on the plate, remove the pillar, and now I can put this yard work terrace on the small one. I pick up and put down the anchor for the plate, which brings me my plate back, and now I have a floating terrace which I can bounce onto. Here's another one I made earlier, so you can just keep making them. So I'll jump up, I'll put this one here, and then I can just put another bounce pad and get up to the next one. Now you can just keep making them and go up and up. Now obviously there's a height limit, but you'll figure that out. Okay, I want to do an anchor swap. So this plushie is anchored to this iron crate, but I want the plushie to be anchored to this stone crate here, so that will be floating without the iron crate anymore, because this will be the anchor. So I have connected this stone block to this, so the stone is anchored to the copper. So if I cancel place the stone somewhere and pick up and put down the copper, it resets the stone back to where it belongs, next to the copper. So I can pick this up, cancel place it here. I can move you out the way and put you down there. I'm going to pick this up and cancel place it in the exact place the iron crate was, and put the plushie on top. Now if I reset the stone's anchor with the copper, pick up and put down, you snap back here, and now you are anchored to my stone crate. I want to make a distance anchor, so I would like that gold crate to be anchored to this stone crate, but I want to keep the distance the same. So even though they're not close together, I still want them to be act as if they are together. So this stone crate is anchored to this copper crate. If I move it around there, therefore if I cancel place this anywhere and pick up and put down the copper crate, the stone will snap back. So let's pick this up and cancel place you there next to him. Now I pick up this gold crate and I place it against the stone crate, so it anchors to the stone crate. That has now been put down there. Now if I reset the stone's anchor with the copper, it's back. But now if I pick up the stone, the gold crate is anchored to it, but at a distance.